Hello and welcome to tonight's YouTube Live with myself, Julian Jenkins. Thank you for joining me. Tonight we're going to be looking at meeting your spiritual guides. Hope you're all doing well. I'll do a quick hello through the comment section in a moment. So if you want to pop where you're from, where you're watching, and we can work our way through them as well. Just briefly before we start, we're going to talk a little bit about guides. Hello, Annie. And those guides, what we're going to be talking about is how we work with them, how we connect with them, how they can help us through our daily lives. Now, some people may be thinking, what's this guy on about? What do you mean guides? Who does he talk to? He needs to be locked away. But this is how it works for me. And for a lot of you, as you know, I've been working with my guide, Ronnie, since the age of 5, 4, 6. When you're that age, you don't really know. I was amazed when somebody, I've been working with my guide since I was 3. I can remember that. So what I'm saying is I've been working with Ronnie from a very early age, probably 4 or 5. And it's really important for us to be able to work with our guides in a relationship-based environment, not so much a transactional base, because what happens is when we work with our guides, we generally only work with them when we need something. So when we're doing a reading, or if we're doing a tarot, or any spiritual-based practice, we may call upon our guides. But how many of us, I suppose, work with our guides on a daily basis by saying, good morning, good night, thank you, can't believe what you've done for me today, how can I help you? And a lot of those things we'd be working on and we're talking about this evening, because working with your guides is a process. It's about building that relationship. I say before, and I say in a lot of my courses and my workshops, when we're talking about guides, it's important to understand it doesn't have to be a transactional based relationship. So if you are just calling upon them, when I said earlier, when you want to do things, how's that relationship going to be? You know, the analogy I always give, if I knock my next door neighbor for some milk and said, can I have some milk for make a coffee? The first day he's going to give it to me. The second day, third day, fourth day of me knocking his door, he's going to turn around and say, I think you should go up the shops. It's important. And it's because the only relationship I would have had with him in that week would have been based around transactions. So it's really important that we work with our guides and work, alongside them, building those relationships. I'm going to try and go through some of the names in here. Ghost Princess Lisa, hello, how are you? Dr. Goosh, hello. AV Lucky, glad you made it. Hannah is in the United States. Jane is in South Africa. Apiana's in the USA. Blessings from the Yoga and Wellness Studio. Anna Goodwin, Annie, how are you? Summer is hello from the USA. Angela's in Chicago. Kevin, how are you? Hope you're doing well. I've seen some of your drawings. You're looking amazing, mate. From New York. Carol says, all the way from sunny Norfolk. Hello, Carol. How are you? Hope you're well. Joanna's from England. I'm going to try and whisk through them all. Steve is in South Yorkshire. Michael Jones. Michael, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Holly, how are you? Hope the reading was good. Hello, Colleen. Kathy from Wales. How are you doing? Celestial Love from Michigan. Colleen from Ontario. Sandra from Canada. Joan Crowhurst. Joan, how are you? Hope you're well. Karen McFay. Rachel Lamb from Detroit. Renee from South Africa. Danielle Kamolo from the USA. And Podmajam from India. I hope I pronounced that correctly. As you know, some of you, as I said before, I was working with my guides. And when I was working with Ronnie many, many moons ago, I didn't get his name for a long time. He would come in and he would, especially when I was asleep and I was as a child, there was like a recurring dream where he would come and take me away and we would go places, etc., etc. But then after a period of time, I said, come on, who are you? Where are you from? And all this. And we were online and he took me online and he said, this is who I am. And when I clicked on the image, I've always known him as Ronnie. His name was Rotag, Rowtag. And he said, well, you can call me Ronnie because obviously it's more of a westernized name. If you haven't seen Ronnie, there's Ronnie there. So that was the image that Ronnie took me to. And obviously it's a very powerful image. That is Ronnie. So you can see from there, he's got a bird of prey in his hand, but he is a North American Indian and he is my guide and has been with me ever since a very young boy. Okay. So that's who my guide is. And I believe to work with guides, like most of the things that we do, it's all about us sitting with them, working with them throughout the power of meditation. The power of meditation allows us to change our states of consciousness, coming out of the beta state into the alpha state, which we'll do now, theta when we do trance mediumship, and delta when you want to go to sleep. Okay, so all of these things, your altered states of consciousness, basically your brain waves slow down. So we get into meditation and we can sit in that space. We can set the intention. We can ask spirit to come close. We can sit there unconditionally with no ambition or expectation. And our guides can come in. But what we're going to do this evening is we're going to do a guided meditation for our guides. So it's going to take about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm going to walk you into this meditation. Okay. I'm going to leave you there for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to come back and get you and bring you back into the physical world. This is about you meeting your guides. Now, a lot of you will know your guides, would have met your guides. Some people say, well, I haven't seen them. I can't hear them. All I do is I sense them. All I do. If you sense them, feel them, see them, just know their presence. That's wonderful and magic in itself. And it's all about us building those relationships. Like anything with the spiritual realm, with spiritualism, you want to be trying to build that connection and relationship with whatever you're doing. And it's a special, special thing. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into a meditation. And in terms of this meditation, as I always say to people, whatever you're doing, if you're going to do this meditation, please don't do it if you're doing something that needs your full attention. So, for instance, if you were driving a car, I wouldn't suggest meditating while driving a car. Okay, may sound obvious, but there may be other things that you're doing that might need concentration. Maybe you've left a pot on the stove or something. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be sitting, we're going to be relaxed, we're going to go into a meditation, we're going to set the intention, we're going to call our guides close, and we're going to allow them to come in and join us. Okay, sound fantastic? Well, I hope it is, and I'm sure it will be, because we're calling down now, asking our guides, our helpers, our inspirers, our loved ones, the divine, everyone to bring their collective energy together to allow us to meditate and bring spirit as close as we can. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to now pop a picture up, because I don't normally like to show myself when I'm meditating, because I will pull this microphone down to here so I can talk, and I sometimes get a bit like this, and you'll have your eyes closed anyway, but I just feel more comfortable by popping a picture up like now. Okay, so this is Meet Your Spirit Guides meditation. All right, if you're coming into this or watching as a replay, then obviously it's fine. You can just go through it. And let's just begin by you getting comfortable. So wherever you are, whether you're sitting down, laying down, standing up, whatever you're doing, get yourself into a comfortable position and just close your eyes. And just maybe for the first time today, just check in with yourself. Just focus on your breath, just breathing in and breathing out. And by doing so, you may just have one of those moments. By taking a deep breath in and letting it go, we're telling our parasympathetic system that we're about to go into rest and healing. And just allow yourself to feel calm and relaxed, just focusing on your breath, just breathing in and breathing out. And if you have any thoughts or any noises or anything that disturbs you outside of what we're doing here, just accept them, acknowledge them, let them go, and come back to your breath. Just breathing in and breathing out. Moment to moment, breath to breath. And what I want you to do is I want you to bring your awareness to your heart, right in the center of your chest. Bringing your awareness into your heart chakra. Allowing yourself just to focus on that area. And any sensations or anything that arises, just let them in. Just accept them, acknowledge them. Don't unpack them or add to them, just be with them. Allow yourself, with your eyes closed, just to be comfortable, focusing on your breathing with your awareness on your heart. Allow your heart to open up and fill it with chambers. Fill the chambers with an endless divine love and light. Feel yourself becoming more comfortable, more relaxed, more at ease, more present. And what I want you to do now is I want you just to bring to your mind's eye, in your imagination or your third eye, that you and I are stood at the bottom of a pathway leading up to this wonderful forest. On the left-hand side, as you breathe in, you can smell the water as it trickles down this wonderful river on this warm, dusk evening. You can hear the animals and the birds. You can sense and feel the moon as it just appears behind a cloud. And I want you to walk with me, and we're going to walk along this pathway up to the forest area where we can see an opening to a clearing. And as we start walking up, you just take in all of the sights and the sounds and the energies, being truly humbled by this wonderful, sacred, spiritual space, allowing yourself just to be. And as we walk into this wonderful clearing, it just opens up. And in the middle, we see 3 chairs that just wrap themselves around a beautiful campfire that is just dancing and crackling in front of us. Now, I'd like you to walk towards the fire, but as doing so, every step you take, I want you to feel the wonderful energies, the sounds, the sights, the smells, taking everything in. And then sit down in one of the chairs. And as you sit down, you feel the warmth of the fire. And we look at it, and it seems just to mesmerize us as it's dancing in front of us, flickering, crackling, safe and secure. And it's this point now where I ask our guides, our helpers, our inspirers to draw close. In fact, I ask 2 guides, one that you may be aware of and one that's never worked with you before, to step forward. And as you sit around this fire, you feel, you sense, you hear, you see your guides coming forward and sitting down in the 2 chairs that are around you. It's at this point you can say hello, ask them their names. Why have they come? Do they have a message? How can they help you? And importantly, how can you help them? I'm going to leave you here for a few moments now. Spend some time chatting, feeling, sensing, being in this wonderful sacred space. As always, we are extremely grateful for the time that we spend with our guides. Wherever you are, wherever you're doing, you look around you and you say thank you. And in doing so, you just see me again appear, stood with you in this wonderful clearing. We thank our guides for drawing close. They bow their heads and say thank you back. Until the next time. And as they just turn around and head back into the distance, you have this wonderful feeling of enlightenment, of happiness, of fulfillment, purpose, and clarity that you can bring back into this physical world, knowing that you are truly blessed, gifted, and importantly, both in your physical and your spiritual lives, you are enough, you are beautiful, and you are amazing. And as I turn around now, I ask you to come with me once more as we leave the clearing and start to walk back down the pathway with the river on our right-hand side. And as we pass down, we see some beautiful spiritual birds in the sky. The eagles and the kestrels, bringing peace, love, tranquility, and security. As we walk back down to the beginning where we started, I just want you to take one last look around. And when you're ready, you can take a nice deep breath in, wiggle your fingers, and come back into the room. Meditation was just under 20 minutes. And I hope that you came with me and followed me. It's a guided meditation. It's there to guide you. It's not a dictation. So if you went your own way and did your own thing, then that's fine as well. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. Pop it in the comments section, what you saw, what you felt. How did it go for you? Working with your guides is a very special thing. They help me to get through some of the things in my life. Flying, MRI scanners, all of those things where I don't like this. And I always ask Ronnie or my guides to step close and be with me. And they always do. And it helps. It helps a lot. Amazing. AV Lucky says, question, one of the guides that stepped forward was a lady connected to my husband who I've never met. Is it possible she's always meant to be my guide or just saying hi? We ask our guides to come in. So there's a good chance that this lady would be your guide. And yes, it was similar to the ones we have on the course. But when we do it collectively, I always feel as if there's a different energy to that. And AV Lucky, when you want to, you can repeat that meditation and go in and ask whether or not she is your full guide. But we have lots of guides. Some guides will stay with us. Some guides will leave us. Some guides will move on. We have guides for all different things, whether that's for tarot, whether that's for healing, whether that's for oracle, whether that's for numerology, for runes, for all of these things. Okay. I hope you enjoyed it. It's always nice spending some moments with you. Prana said, Ronnie came forward and said he wanted to be my guide. Could that be true, or am I just imagining it? Can be true. Ronnie, energy is omnipresent. It is everywhere. So Ronnie can be everywhere. So if you have somebody who all of a sudden pops up and looks like this, then you know Ronnie's with you. And one of the things when I started this journey on Udemy over 4 years ago now, coming up to the 4th anniversary, I said I needed help because it's difficult to do this at scale. It's difficult to do it with so many people. As you can imagine how many interactions and engagements I have. And I ultimately, with a hand on my heart, try to get through as many as I can. And if I've missed any of the things that you've ever sent to me, then I apologize. One of the easiest ways is, either through Udemy on the messaging thing, or join the Julian Jenkins Udemy Facebook group, or have a notification on here and message me if you want to. But, to help me get through these things. So some of you may already have felt the presence of Ronnie when you're doing some of the courses or some of the meditations, because he'll always be around you. He'll always be there. So I hope, those things have helped and they're there for you. I'm just going to try and read through some of these. As I'm getting older, okay, I need to do this. All right, because I can't read them all on the right-hand side, okay? Sandra said, I asked for a sign, felt a strong sense of warmth. She felt the energy, feel their presence. My whole body started to tingle, but couldn't get a specific message. That's fine. Very calming. I have connected with my guides in the past. I asked my pendulum and it said that that what I saw was real. I used the letter chart to learn their names. Amazing, Ashley. Sanjita said, thank you for the lovely meditation. She got messages from both spirit guides. Carol says your Udemy courses are fantastic. Thank you, Carol. She said I felt them, which is brilliant. So I'm glad you share your comments and bits and pieces in that section. It's always a pleasure to spend some wonderful time with you. What I would ask is, if this is the first time you've been on my YouTube channel, why not press the subscribe button? And also, if you hit the bell, you get a notification of the next live that I will be doing, which is probably maybe in a week's time. So thank you very much for joining me. And I really do appreciate all of your love and support. It's absolutely amazing. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out. Be love and give love. Have a wonderful Wednesday, whatever you're doing. Take care and see you soon. Bye-bye.